They are known as medical tourists. We're talking about Americans who travel overseas for surgery they simply can't afford here in the States.
And whether it's dental work, a nip and tuck, or a life-saving operation, they're saving tens of thousands of dollars. In tonight's special assignment, the Night Beat's Andrew Horansky follows one man's journey from Buda to India.
Take your time, Mike. 4 more days, my friend. 4 more days.
When we first met Mike Sokoluskis in early January, life was pain.
Takes a few minutes. I'm going to go this way. All right.
He suffered from end-stage hip disease in his right hip.
And it's bone against bone. The leg is 2 inches shorter than my left leg. People call me Eileen because it's shorter. Anyway.
Humor aside, he was suffering.
It takes a couple of minutes to put on my pants. I mean, it's just a tough one.
For the father of a grown son who worked as a nurse and taught dance on cruise ships, hip replacement was necessary. Problem was, Mike had no insurance.
Imagine a spotlessly clean hospital staffed by the world's best doctors.
And that's when a doctor friend gave him this book on medical tourism and suggested surgery in India.
It took him 3 days to convince me that he wasn't insane.
Mike knew his options were limited when it came to the hip replacement he desperately needed.
Here in America, the procedure is about $70,000. In India, it's a fraction of that, about $10,000.
A figure that includes everything from the food to the flight, even ground transportation.
You're averaging 10 to 15% of American prices when you go overseas.
But are you scrimping on safety? Doctors at Austin's St. David's Hospital warn that so-called medical tourists should be wary.
You're going to have to take into account the medical risk.
At the same time, they do not deny the potential for an overseas deal.
We may well see that this outsourcing of medical care may become an economic reality in the future.
Through research, Mike found a hospital in Chennai, India, nearly 10,000 miles away from his home in Buda. He cashed out his savings, borrowed some money from friends, and by the end of the month, he was off.
Well, here we are. We've arrived at Dulles in Washington, D.C. The next leg is from Dulles to Frankfurt.
Despite his discomfort, Mike kept a video diary. He turned his 10-day trip into an adventure, documenting everything from the food on the plane to the view out the window to the unusual wheelchairs in Chennai.
I've never seen a wheelchair like that before.
There was also the hospital room with a guest bed and private bath, the titanium hip, and the suite where a doctor educated in Britain performed the surgery. The day before, Mike was in good spirits.
I shaved my mustache off so the anesthesiologist can put a mask on me.
The day of surgery, it all sank in.
They gave me some antibiotics, some anti-nausea medicine, and now, finally, I'm starting to feel just a little bit nervous.
Fortunately, the procedure was a success. Within hours, Mike was watching Bollywood films. Within days, he was back on his feet.
Lift your leg and walk.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
And within a week, he was back in Texas, walking.
I'm ready to go out and do whatever.
He said the pain on the return flight paled to the pain flying over. From home, he sang the hospital's praises.
Each of the doctors, 4 different doctors, would visit me every single day, including the anesthesiologist. What's that about? I never heard of such a thing, and I've been in medicine over 30 years.
What he found most surprising?
It was too easy is what the problem was. And I was waiting for something, pain to set in, something. Fortunately, you can see the bone itself is not in bad shape.
Mike's only souvenir is this x-ray of his hip. He can now walk without crutches.
Yep. I can't remember the last time I could walk this straight. And then I feel nothing in my hip. Nothing.
Soon he will lose the cane. Now, nearly a month after stepping beyond his fear of undergoing life-changing surgery, half a world away. On special assignment, Andrew Horansky, KVUE News, Night Beat.
It's pretty much painless.
Now, you can read more about Mike's trip overseas on his blog. We have a link at kvue.com. And remember this, not every overseas surgery is a success story. In fact, tomorrow you will meet a woman who nearly died after a stomach procedure in Mexico. What went wrong, what doctors told her, and what she has to do for the rest of her life. That's Thursday at 10 on the Night Beat.